Hey guys, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. Today I thought I would jump on and I wanted to talk a little bit about short-term fixes. Are they worth it? Should you do them? Should you not? Like, what do you do? So, what I sort of classify a short-term fix of is things like massage. That could be, from a PT or massage therapist, or on your own using a tennis ball, lacrosse ball, a foam roller, a massage gun, doing any sort of those things. Stretching, I would say, classifies almost as a short-term fix because it hurts. You try to stretch it in the moment, see if it makes it feel better. Um, Ice, heat, things like that. So there's lots of these kind of like short-term, in the moment things that we can do to immediately try to give a change in pain. So if you've been around here for a while, you've probably seen me. I say often, short-term fixes don't correct long-term problems. And so how does this all fit together? And I have a lot of people ask me this because they're like, well, you say not to do short-term things, but that's what makes me feel better. So let's talk a little bit about how that all gets intertwined, because the reality is, yes, it's true that a short-term fix won't solve a long-term problem, but we still need those short-term fixes. When you're in acute pain, and in the moment right now, you're having problems with something hurts, you can't move it, it's inflamed, whatever the issue is, you have to have something that makes you feel better. Otherwise, you just spend your days resting or not doing anything, not being afraid to move, or worse, just like feeling like you're stuck in pain, waiting for the day when the strength kicks in or the movement changes kick in, all of that. So the real answer is we have to address both. We have to have the short term fixes in the now, the things that when you have a flare up, sort of instantly or quickly make you feel better. But we also, at the same time, have to have the long term solutions in place. So, for example, if you are having a day where, today feels like a flare up, you woke up, you're in a little bit more pain than normal, and you're having trouble moving or doing something that you're trying to do. Well, rather than just saying, oh, I'm just not going to do my strengthening today, wouldn't it be nice to have a routine of something that you can do that feels good to you right now to get that pain to calm down and lower and bring everything back to baseline so that the next day or the days that follow, you can go back into doing your strength routine or, whatever it is that you've been doing. Maybe you've already been running or weight training or something like that. But no matter what, you need sort of a rescue plan, an emergency plan of if something happens right now, what do I do? And this is going to carry through no matter where you are at in your journey with your hip. It can be that you've just started out. So, certainly, if you just started out and you're having a lot of pain, you need things to calm it down and to make it feel better. You might be 6 months into your journey and doing really well and progressing, and you're back to running and all of these things, but flare ups may still happen. And so, in that moment, you still need a solution of what to do if it flares up. So, having these short term fixes are really important as a part of the program overall. It's just knowing that if you only did those things, it's not going to get better and stay better. Because what you might notice is, say, something like massage, it feels really good in the moment and maybe for a couple hours later or a day or so later, but slowly that pain then starts to creep back in. And that's normal. It's because you've changed the tissues in the moment, but you haven't changed them long term. Long term changes are going to come from repetition, they're going to come from stabilizing. And I mean, ultimately, it's figuring out, well, what is the root cause that you're having tension, anyways, that needs the massage? If you don't go after the root cause simultaneously or, as part of the process, then it's just going to keep tightening it back up and you're going to feel like you need to keep getting massages. So, yes, the massage is good. It makes you feel good for a little while, but knowing I still have to have a plan in place of what I'm going to do beyond that massage so that I don't keep needing to pay the massage therapist or go back and see your physical therapist, whatever it is. So, you kind of want to have this plan in place for a long term solution as well. So, know that you can use these things simultaneously and you should use them simultaneously, but one is not going to be the answer on its own. You need the things that are going to make you feel better. You need the things that are going to give you a long-term change. So if you are having a flare up or you're struggling, number one tip is do not spiral, do not panic. Go back to basics. If you don't know where to start and like what your short-term fixes are or your rescue plan is, start with basics. What are the things, even way back in the beginning, that made your hip feel better? Maybe it is, I always go back for a lot of my patients, I go back to that hands and knees rock back exercise. Maybe it's doing a body weight squat. Maybe there is a stretch that feels really helpful for you, stretching your glutes out or something like that, and it's doing a stretch. Maybe it's as simple as breathing, right? It doesn't need to be complicated. Whatever, find those one or two things maybe that your body responds really well to in the moment of when you have the flare up. Go back to basics and do those things. And as the pain starts to lower, then you ease back into the higher level activities. You add the weight back on, you add the resistance back in, you go back to, a slow run, whatever that may be for you. So use them both simultaneously. Um, and you're going to get to a point, hopefully, where those short-term fixes aren't needed every single day anymore because you're not flaring every single day. You then just maybe in the beginning you use them every single day, but as the pain gets better, you then just go back to them when you feel like you need them. And so that's not going to be all the time. It's going to be just when there's a bit of a flare up or your body is threatening a little bit of a flare up. And really, that's how you can intertwine these two things. So it's not an either or situation, it's an and situation. We need both of those things. They are equally important. We're just going to utilize them at different times depending on what your body is telling you. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that answers some questions. As always, if you have any comments, questions, whatever you have, just drop them in the comments and I'll go back and read them later today. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day and we'll talk soon.